Hmm? Ah!
You're listening to the Run for Your Lives podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Daphne.
And I'm Pake.
And this is the Run for Your Lives podcast.
This episode is the Christmas psychological horror film Better Watch Out, directed by Chris Peckover and released October 6th, 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas is in that.
Yeah.
Because it is. Go ahead. You want to say it. You say it.
No. I was just going to say, wow, can you believe that 2017 is like 8 years ago?
I know. It doesn't feel like that at all.
It feels like it was a year or two ago. It's
Right.
crazy. But we picked this movie because...
Well, if you didn't know, by some insane way, as you're listening to this, that it's Christmas, at least it will be very soon. I think if you're listening to this the day that it releases...
it will be Christmas.
It will be Christmas Day, actually. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day, so... Boom,
Yeah.
There you go.
It's our Christmas gift to you, our wonderful listeners. And we've done some great Christmas movies. We've done Krampus. We've done Gremlins. We did Silent Night and Anna and the Apocalypse. So this is our fifth one, Pake. Our
Crazy.
fifth Christmas special. And it's a doozy, guys.
It's something.
We had a number of potential movies on the list, and this is the one that we settled on. And prior to this, I had seen it one time. Pake had never seen it.
I had not.
And I have to say that the reason you wanted to cover it, or one of the reasons you wanted to cover it, I felt bad when you said it because the guy's only in it for like 5 minutes.
Not even that. No, it was the cat. Yeah, because I was like, you gave me a little list of different Christmas movies, and so I just like IMDb'd all of them just to kind of get like the quick synopsis and look at the cast of them. And this was the one that like jumped out mostly because of Dacre Montgomery and Patrick Warburton. Both of them very little screen time.
Yeah. I mean, Dacre Montgomery gives you a little tie-in to Strange Indeed and Stranger Things, which is rampant right now. And I think the next batch of episodes should be out today when this drops, right?
Yeah,
It drops on Christmas.
Yeah.
So there's that. But then I found out also that Levi Miller starred in a movie, A Wrinkle in Time, which also ties to Stranger Things if you're watching right now.
Yeah, we talked about the book and the movie on Strange Indeed. You know, a little hint, because I'll definitely be talking about that later when we do our like feedback and shout outs and stuff at the end of the episode. But yeah, I remember you even mentioning, or no, you didn't mention that it's in the doc as like a little note about that, I think. But yeah, I didn't remember him being in that, but I watched it once and it's been quite a while. So yeah, I was like, oh, he was? And then like I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just kind of cool that there are those connections given we're back in the final season of Stranger Things right now.
Yeah, he was in Wrinkle in Time. Very different character in that movie, for sure.
Yeah.
Very different.
There are lots of things that we're going to say. Luke is a troubled child. And
just a little bit. A little trouble. Just a little naughty. A naughty little elf this Christmas, I guess.
I don't know. When you say he's like a naughty little elf, it just makes me think of the gingerbread men from Krampus.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they were naughty
They're just
too,
a little naughty, yes.
Yeah. He was deranged, Pig. Let's just be honest, okay? Luke was deranged, I think.
Had his range taken away from him.
Uh-huh.
Deranged.
Yeah, he didn't need an oven to be able to do his psychological terror. All he needed was a paint can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Well, we're going to kick this off the way we always do by saying Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. No, we don't always kick off the podcast by saying Merry Christmas.
We don't? I thought we did. It was just really kind of odd and out of place for every most episodes.
Yes. So let me drop some production notes. It was filmed in Disney.
I'll pick them back up if I need to.
Thank you for that. I appreciate your help. You are in a mood today, I can tell.
I'm in a mood every day.
You are, but this mood, this, I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun episode. I really do.
Yeah. You catch me on Thursdays for this, and I'm usually in a pretty good mood on Thursdays.
Yeah. You've been off for a few days from work, and then you're gearing up to go to work tomorrow, and you love your job.
I do.
So you're well rested and ready to go back to work. Plus, you've been doing your volunteering at the school, so you're just in a really good place. Thursday is just the best day to record, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was filmed in Disney Studios in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Based on a story by Zach Kahn, who also co-wrote the script with Chris Peckover. It was nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Horror Film. It did not win. The budget was $3 million. It grossed $188,000 at the box office.
So, not great.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. It did get some love from people who saw it, because the casting was good and the story was good. There were just some things that weren't quite as delightful, but, I thought it was pretty good. It got good reviews because of the directing and because of the twists, too. The twist I did not see coming. This time around, I definitely did.
I would hope on a second watch you would see it coming. That'd be... Yeah. You really weren't paying attention if you didn't.
No. No, there's so many things. It's 89 minutes long. Pate, can you give us a synopsis on this one?
I guess I can. If I have to. All right. I'll fish it out. I'll part with it. I was going to keep it to myself, but I'll give it.
Okay, come on.
On a quiet suburban street, a babysitter goes to defend a 12-year-old boy from intruders, only to discover it's far from a normal home invasion. Yes. Yes, it is. Especially because the home was being invaded by the kid's friend. Okay? It wasn't really a home invasion. Yeah. So, I've got a few things that I want to share before we jump into the meat of it. Originally, this movie was titled Safe Neighborhood, but I like that they changed it to Better Watch Out since it's a Christmas movie. I think it fits better. All of the cast outside of Virginia Madsen and Patrick Warburton, who played Luke's parents, were Australian. And I thought that was kind of cool because I didn't notice a lot of accent slipping. Yeah, no.
In some movies, you get that, and you're just like, okay. Yeah, that was rough. Chris Peckover's only done 2 films. His first film was an independent horror movie called Undocumented. And the IMDb description of that film is, the documentary crew accompanies a group of illegal immigrants crossing the border, but their plans run afoul when they are captured by a gang of sadistic radicals in New Mexico. I wish that he would direct more movies, because I think he's got a fun point of view. It's kind of quirky, so... And I like the twist. I remember thinking the first time, wow, okay, this is not where I thought it was going. Yeah. But, all right.
It'll be interesting because the way that we're going to cover this or talk about it is it's another one of those where we're not breaking things up into character sections. We've been doing that a lot more lately just with the movies that we pick. Because it's hard to like pinpoint like separate storylines for different characters. Because really, there's only 2 main characters in this movie, I think.
Yes.
And they're together the whole movie for the most part, almost the whole thing. Even when they're opposed and at odds with each other, they're in scenes together. So
yeah,
it's more. So it's fun to then just kind of chronologically. Then it's like a live tweeting situation where you get to just get my thoughts in the order of the movie on my first watch, which is a lot of me trying to guess what's going to happen and then seeing if I was right or wrong. And it's fun.
Yeah.
For me, at least. I will say, give you a little spoiler on some of my notes. Yeah, to talk about the big twist, and we'll see how it plays out exactly. But you were wondering how quickly I guessed it. I guessed it right very early, but not as much as I thought it. Like, not in the right way.
Okay.
I had a feeling that there was going to be a certain twist that there was, but then it went a lot farther than I thought it would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. R.I.P. Ricky, R.I.P. Garrett, R.I.P. Jeremy. There was a lot of debauchery on behalf of Mr. Luke.
Yeah. Which I guess, I can jump to that a little bit and we'll kind of roll back over it. Which I'm glad it wasn't this way. That note exactly. That way we can just like do that. Yeah. Because I said, we started this movie with Luke talking about all this bullshit about girls being scared that makes them more interested, quote unquote.
Yes.
And I was like, if this whole thing ends up being an elaborate ploy by Luke and he's acting, what a little shit. Impressive as hell, but still I'd kick his ass. Because I was thinking we're going to go the whole movie with all this crazy stuff happening, and then the twist at the end of the movie would be like, oh, it was not real, and he was just trying to get affection from a girl, and that was it. I wasn't expecting to get that reveal, not even halfway through the movie, and then it to go where it did. Because I was going to be a little upset. I was like, oh, there was actually no danger, and he was just being a, like, stupid kid. But no, it definitely went further than I was expecting.
Yeah, it went from 0 to 100 very quickly because of the way that Ashley reacted, deservedly so. Mm-hmm. It went beyond, and he went from wanting to go out with her to wanting or needing to kill her, and that to me was a lot to deal with. Like, and you can imagine that a kid at that age dealing with that, like, oh, I'm into her, but, well, I'm gonna kill her now. Yeah, it was a lot of flipping around and everything. The early talks that Luke had with Garrett about understanding girls and a 5-year age difference and Ashley being a 10, and I mean, Garrett does try to talk him out of this crazy plan, okay? But even before that, I have to say, Virginia Madsen, I basically have watched her in so many movies, like, as a teenager, and now, like, come up through and see her in this film and think, God, your character is so mean. She just treats Luke like he's not 12. She treats him like he's 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the big things, like the premise of this whole movie, where it's like he's got a babysitter. Because to start, the notes of what I was talking about, because I was just like, I was like, man, what do you even say about the beginning? Other than you get what looks like a creepy car following Ashley, but then I guess that was absolutely nothing. It was just like a red herring. But then, that conversation where they're like talking about Luke's plans, at least what we get. And I was just like, just boys. 12-year-old boys. Yeah. And then I was like, well, food for thought. If they're old enough to start devising plans to hook up with their babysitters, maybe they don't need a babysitter anymore. I think he can fend for himself.
I think, obviously, based on what we saw in this movie, he definitely can fend for himself and fend for everyone else as well. Like, he's incredibly inventive and it's just wild to see the things that he came up with.
Mm-hmm.
I just, yeah. But I felt for him because Deandra, who's his mom, she's even picking on her husband's tree ornaments, which he called metrosexual.
That was funny, yeah.
I'm like, okay, so you're going to have Patrick Warburton in this movie, and you're at least going to let him be funny for, you gotta give him a little something funny.
Although, Patrick Warburton's always a treat. I don't know. He had some funny moments. I don't know if he was comedic relief. Honestly, the way he was talking with Ashley and like the things he said and
that made me uncomfortable.
I know. I was
honestly.
like, Robert's a little creepy. I was like, I'm almost more worried about him being around Ashley than Luke. That was before other things happened, but still, I was like, because in my mind, I was like, Luke's a creepy little pervert, but he's 12. What do you expect? They all are. But
you say that as you were a 12-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So I know from experience. But yeah, that was the note. I was like, I think I'd trust Luke around her more than, as the movie went on, I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, I felt very uncomfortable with that. And that was like 2 minutes after his wife is accusing him of sucking another man's junk, basically.
Yeah. He's like, you called me gay, I'll show you I'm something that was actually bad.
He looked almost relieved when she arrived. Like, like, this is just way too... Yeah, I don't really like this at all. It's very uncomfortable. Let's move on. Let's move on, please. Get them out of the house. But his wife, oh my God. She just kept saying embarrassing things to Ashley about Luke. And I just felt bad because, again, he's a young kid. He's not a young kid. He's a young teen. Or not quite a teen. He's
almost like he was in between kid and teen. If only there was a term for that.
What, an in-betweener? A tweener?
No, close. You're almost there.
What is your term, sir?
It's not my term. It's the world's term.
What is the world's term?
If you've never heard the word tween before.
Yeah. Oh. I have. I said tweener.
Which nobody says.
No. I think that was a character on Prison Break.
Right.
Yes, it was a character. That's where I got it. So
we'll get there.
He's going to be 13 in like a couple weeks or something. And that's what he's trying to say to her. Because he's trying to get with her. He is. Like, I don't think it's subtle. I think he's embarrassed by his mother and what she said and was glad when she left. But I feel like after that, when he was alone with her, definitely. You could tell he was bothered when she was talking to Ricky. Like, he did not like it. He was lighting candles. Who ordered the pizza? Would you tell me who ordered the pizza? Because I don't know who ordered the pizza. It just
probably Garrett.
Yeah, you know what? True. But it had mushrooms on it, and Luke doesn't like mushrooms.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just Garrett screwing stuff up again. He always does.
I thought maybe Garrett was the pizza delivery guy, too.
Could have been. It probably was, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. But Luke's plan isn't foolproof because he made mistakes in at least one area when it came to the mask that Garrett was wearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He made mistakes. Anyway.
Just a few. But other than that, he's great, perfect angel. He just made so see, that's what Daphne thinks about all the things that Luke did in this movie is he made some mistakes. No,
his plan had some mistakes. I believe he was doing diabolical things.
Yes.
But his plan wasn't perfect. He wasn't as good as he thought he was.
No, he was not.
He was trying to adapt on the fly. And though he was really inventive and creative, he didn't really think things through. And he kept bouncing back and forth between I've got you hostage type attitude and open your eyes to Ashley, like trying to get her to talk to him. And she wouldn't give him what he wanted, which was he wanted her to say, why did my mommy stop doing that?
Yeah, which then, that jumping to the end a little bit, even though I said we're going to go, but honestly, that's, I think, what it really was all about. I don't even think it was about him being some raging hormonal preteen that had like a crush on Ashley. It was a little Norman Bates.
Yes,
honestly,
absolutely.
Because we get the, like, I forgot what they called it, but he basically had like the little sound maker thing that was under his bed that is supposed to give like the sound of like still being a fetus in the womb. Mm-hmm. And that like calms him. And then like when he's talking, because that's what you mentioned about Ashley being, why your mom won't, because that was his whole thing. It was like wanting to be held by his mom. He missed his mom coming in and holding him. And I was like, oh, mommy issues. It's very Norman Bates.
Yes.
Got it. To where when you get to his parents getting home and seeing the aftermath of everything, and then his mom comes up there, is holding him, and he like, fake pretends to wake up and what's going on? And then you see that smile that's on his face as his mom is cradling him. And I'm like, that's what it was. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's a weird, not really, Oedipal thing. It's not quite that, but like a Norman Bates kind of like mommy issues thing. And I'm like, okay, that's his deal. Okay. Got it.
I mean, it took us a long time to get there, to get to that point where he was talking about it with Ashley. And then when she went silent, you could tell he was very upset because he wants to know. He wants his mother to hold him, to show him affection, I think. Mm-hmm. I think it's for some reason, their dynamic changed as he got older. Mm-hmm. She stopped being as affectionate and became really mean, and embarrassing at times. The way she treated him and her husband, it was real interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, you are not nice. Not nice at all.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him. At that point. At that point.
The end of the movie, you're like, man, I feel bad for that kid.
No.
He's going to get caught. No.
I felt bad for him with the way his mom treated him. But throughout the movie, I got really annoyed with him. And he's a little shit. Right. And the actor did such a fantastic job with him.
Oh, yeah.
He nailed this role.
Oh, it was, incredible. I definitely props to, this has been, like you said, like 8 years ago. It doesn't feel like it, but yeah, so, but at that time, so time travel, wrinkle in time, back to, but props to the young Levi Miller at the time for his acting in this, because he is terrifying.
Like, he is.
It was as highly disturbing and uncomfortable as it was. Props to him for making it believable. I was like, damn, kid. All right.
Yeah. He definitely made it uncomfortable, tense, frustrating. And the way that he was able to convey the emotion of being a preteen to being this psychopath. I mean, back and forth, like flipping a switch.
Yeah, you'll just the change in my notes from early on being like, come on, buddy, you're better than this, to the end being like, yeah, take that, you little fucker. Like, it's very... it's crazy.
The way that all... I mean, he just... Oh my God. And the little things that come out that are signs that he's always been this way, like this piece of him has always lived inside him. You get those signs throughout the way when you hear about things that he did. Like killing.
Mhm.
First, we find out that he killed the hamster.
Mhm.
And then he alludes later, he says it wasn't an accident. Yeah. You're Norman Bates Jr., okay? Period. That's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, because you feel a little for him, as you were saying at the beginning with his mom being, which, yeah, like the sleepwalking things with the pencil on the door, which then you find out he doesn't even sleepwalk, that's just part of his whole thing. Like, that was he's really good at lying and then sticking to lies. Because it was like the sleepwalking thing was to cover up for something else completely. And he just rolled with it. And the fact that he knew about the pencil there, because she says something to Ashley where it's like, what doesn't hurt, what he doesn't know doesn't hurt him. It's like, oh, he knows. He knows exactly what you're doing.
He's not 5.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very calculating kid. He knows shit.
They introduced that pencil for the first time when the mom is showing Ashley, and I was like, pencil on the door is definitely coming back in some way in this movie. I've been missing those guesses a lot lately on some of these, but this one I feel good about. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there was definite follow through with that.
Yeah.
I feel like in some ways directors have great ideas, but then they can't follow through with it for budget cuts or whatever reasons or something. Either they decide, no, it didn't mean anything, or, oh, it was supposed to mean something, but, well, I couldn't really do it because of the budget. We were over budget. We weren't able to pull that off. But no, I, like you, felt like, yep, that's going to come into play sometime.
That one is important, and I know it.
I mean, that's how I watch movies now. It's like, when they show you something early on in the movie, I question, is that going to come into play later? Are we going to see that? Is it coming back around? Because there are always little clues and things. And so I'm always looking for clues. Most of them never go anywhere because they're not really clues. They're just part of the story that don't end up amounting to anything. It's just a piece. Yeah. But then there are those times where you see something and you're like, it's got to come into play. And then it doesn't. And you're just shaking your head.
Like literally my next note, because I thought I was going to be on a roll. It's like, let me guess that one. And it was like, oh, here's another one. And then it didn't happen. But I think it's fine because it was small. Because I was like, it's been 9 minutes into this movie and Ashley has already left 2 people yelling to see if she's okay on the other end of the phone. I was like, go for the hat trick. It'll happen again. I'm just making predictions this episode. And then that one didn't because she didn't have her phone for a lot of the movie after that.
No. It conveniently fell into the fish tank.
Mm-hmm. Although it really didn't.
No.
This kid is he had plans. He was prepared for a lot of things. Yeah,
he's a magician.
The fish tank thing. Yeah, with it actually not being her phone and that like him throwing it short and it landing in there was planned. That actually caught me by surprise. I was like, wow, I actually didn't see that one coming. Bravo.
I think it might have been his phone that he threw in there. And he's just said that his mom took it.
Yeah, well, we see him with his phone later because he's got a tracker on his parents.
Oh, that's right.
So he had like a burner phone.
He has a tracker on his parents.
He does.
Oh my God. Come on. Let's just talk about how ridiculous that is.
Right. But yeah, so I wanted to feel for him, even though I was like, man, this kid is gotta keep it in his pants. Like, you gotta get a hold of yourself, man. Like, I know hormones are raging, but you gotta chill. So I'm like taking it from like the mentor mode a little bit with like a kid where I'm like, homie, you gotta slow your roll. No, where I'm like trying to like in my notes, I'm thinking like, he's got good intentions maybe, but like it's easy to get all up in your feelings and your hormones at that age. Because I was like, I know it's breaking your little heart to be kiddo, but trust me, it's for the best. Leave it alone, my guy. Because he puts on a great face of like that actually being the thing. And then like with the champagne thing, which all comes back to like it's part of his plan to frame her for getting drunk and, like, there's like, he has all these like contingencies. Because at first I thought like that was legitimately just him trying to like flirt. I'm like, that's a terrible start, kid. I was like, give up while you're only slightly behind, because that's a terrible. But again, it's all planned. He knew what he was doing from the beginning.
And he was able to come up with other ideas as he went along because he had to.
Yeah.
He had to figure it out. It originally was going to be framing her. Or do you think that he originally meant for Jeremy and Ricky to die too? Like for them to be lured
I think that probably wasn't part of the original plan. I think it was, but I don't know, because then it all comes down to like the mommy issues, then maybe. But it also could be after she knocked the bottle out of his hands that had the roofies in them, then he switched tactics and called in her boyfriend and ex-boyfriend.
I mean, he made comments the whole time about how they're so bad, they're so terrible, they hurt you and whatever. Well, Jeremy, yes, I could see him being a real jerk, but listening to Ricky tell her that he understood that she was leaving and probably would find someone better, but he told her he thinks she's awesome.
Yeah. No, honestly, Ricky, I think, was a good guy. I even have a note. I was like, maybe Ricky is the right guy. It's like he pissed himself to help you, and then he's willing to sacrifice himself for you to escape. I was like, keep that man around, if Luke doesn't kill him, and then he did, so...
I was so bummed about that. I knew it was coming, and I could remember how it happened, and it just made watching it again sad, because I didn't want him to die. I just felt like he was a good dude. Like, he brought her flowers, and they get just this one moment, really. Not more than a minute where he says these things to her. And I was just like, Ricky, I'm sorry that you're going to die in a minute. I remember.
Yeah, I'm jumping back to notes because we jump around, which is fine, but just making sure I got stuff. Because there is some humor to this movie, which is good too. I do like some of the funny moments, even if just they're funny in that moment in retrospect, but him saying, I'm mature for my age with the voice crack is always funny to hear.
Yep.
Like, sure you are, buddy. Sure. And of course, they get the pizza, and I was like, Luke, mushrooms are great, especially on pizza.
I do love mushrooms on pizza.
Almost as good as pineapple, and that's just an irrefutable fact.
Well, she did offer him a Hawaiian pizza or pepperoni, and I thought of you because of your love of pineapple. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of pineapple. In my world, it's not okay because I don't like pineapple in general. So.
Shame.
No.
It's funny to see some of these notes that I took not knowing what was coming later. Because I'm like, taking note of like all the weird little things that are happening. Yeah, the closed door that keeps opening and the cold call and the unordered pizza with the masked man delivering it. I was like, man, all of it's almost as sketchy as this 12-year-old's being. Not knowing what was coming.
No. So ridiculous. Because you see it the second time through. It just made me question every single thing that happened. It's like, is this really Garrett? Is he using some sort of voice device? Like, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him because this is how it is.
Yeah, then like on the couch with the movie, and they had like the candles and all this stuff, and his hand coming over and him leaning on her shoulder and all this. I was like, Luke is dedicated at least, which is the nice way of saying can't take a fucking hint at all.
No, he can't. And she is being as kind as she can.
Yeah.
With it. I mean, because, yes, there have been boys in the past that have had crushes on their babysitters, okay?
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, it's a trope that's been used in movies. It in real life. It's just how it is. Because in many cases, the babysitter is not much older than the kid she's babysitting. Mm-hmm. I mean, really. In this case, it was like 5 years. Because parents like to know that someone's watching over their kids. Mm-hmm. So, although I don't think that the learners thought they were going to come back home to a pile of bodies and their house.
Yeah.
A mess. I mean, it was a big mess.
Yeah, it's fun to look at some of these notes to be like, man, You sweet summer child. If only you knew what was coming. To myself as I'm like writing out some of these notes. But yeah, because I was just like, well, man, I figured Garrett was a part of what was going on, but not all of it. There's somebody else involved. No, it's still no. It was a catapult. It's good planning. And they do have some great horror stuff when they're watching the movie and Ashley's like freaking out about the movie. Which is funny because she's like, why do they go into the attic? And then where do they go?
I know.
Very soon. It's very funny. I knew it was going to happen.
I'm like, why are you going to the attic when you were just chastising people for going into the attic on a movie? It's because people go into the attic.
It's tropes. But I love that when that scene is happening, if you're paying attention to not just her freaking out, but behind them, you see the figure in the window. And I'm like, yeah, I love that shit. You know me. We've talked about enough movies where I love the background creepies. I love that stuff. It's just like...
It makes me think of Hush. Yeah. Like the stuff that we noticed in Hush. And in this movie, for sure, there were little creepy things and jumps. But there were other parts of the movie, too. Like how she figured out when they were hiding in the closet that this was... not an intruder.
Yeah. So I caught on like a little before she did in the movie. So you're wondering kind of that point. Because I'm like watching everything. Because I was like, the phone thing was weird. Because I was like, yeah, like how everything's lining up, which is also a horror movie trope. So I was like, yeah, we get rid of her phone with the awkward fish tank toss. The landline's down. Garrett's phone's randomly not working with service. The Wi-Fi is gone. And it's like, there's a lot of coincidences. Also, Luke's live, like, where's his phone? Oh, my parents have it. I was like, that's a weird thing. Why? Why would they have your phone?
But Peg, think about it. His mother was saying things about him. Don't stay up and watch horror movies or you'll have nightmares again in front of Ashley. I mean, I wouldn't put it past that mother to take his phone. I mean, really?
Like, why would they have your... which was, I think, a weird... lie, but and then like Garrett running off, like, which it was all part of the plan. Then like the paintball gun, which the reveal that it was a paintball gun was cool. I figured because like she gets hit with it and I was like, oh, it's a paintball gun, she's fine. But at first I was like, did they take out Garrett like that? And I was like, it's a shoulder shot at least, because it's like he's kind of an annoying twerp, but he's 12, that's expected. So I hope he's okay, but yeah, of course he was fine with that. But yeah, that's where I started to put things together. So that was my note earlier. I was like, if this whole thing is just an elaborate ploy by him to scare her so that he can try to hook up with her, it's like, man, like, it's a little shit. Not knowing, again, the exact level of exactly how terrible he was going to be. But as I said, I was like, it's impressive that he could pull all that off, but yeah, I'd kick his ass. I was like, child punching is allowed in a situation like that. I think.
Yep, I agree.
And it's funny, again, if only I'd have known, just reading my like note word for word, I don't know, I'm leaning more and more towards that not being the case, because there's still an hour left in the movie, so there's got to be a bigger twist coming. Not because I was like, God, I hope it's not that, because I mean, what a little psychopath, right?
Yeah.
If only you knew, Pake, you were so young and so naive.
Well, I mean, Ashley does say to him, what delusional infant thinks that staging a break-in is going to get you to second base?
I have that quote written down, too, because I was like, boom, thank you, Ashley. It's literally what I was saying. Thank you.
Yeah, but it happens.
Yeah.
Not by her choice, but a little game of truth or dare.
Yeah, that was...
uncomfortable.
I was like, little man, that is not a game. There's a word for that. Rhymes with crepe. Don't be such a Brock Turner right now.
Yep.
You better cut it out.
It made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was not great.
No.
So this house got a spider problem. Of course, then that's all part of his thing, too.
He's got pets. Come on. Those are his pets. They're the only pets that his mother would probably allow him to have. If you think about it.
And more quick jokes while they're in the closet. And he's like, I'll protect you, while he's actively pointing a pistol at her face. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah. Just watching her face when she's putting everything together when they're in the closet and she's watching him in that mask. Garrett, I mean. In the mask. And scratching his shoulder.
Yeah.
Because earlier there was this scene where he was looking for anti-itch cream, but then he was also messing around with pills.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. Yeah. It's Garrett. And I mean, he was short. To me, he didn't look like an adult breaking into a house, but I guess,
Yeah. But, we got the big twist then, because that, like I said, there's still an hour left. There's got to be another big twist coming. And then I was like, well, the fact that it was a ploy by Luke is less annoying than it would have been, because that's not the ultimate final reveal, which is what I was worried about. It's the misdirection. Mm-hmm. It's like, in a way, it is the ultimate reveal, but not so innocent as I originally thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, he really just went full psychopath. Luke is the villain. And then I was like, okay, I like it. I like it for a dark twist in the story. I don't like the choices he made. It's like, in reality, hey, kids, it's not okay to kidnap and threaten people for turning you down and then drug your friends and make them compliant and complicit. I hope you know that. Just a little PSA for those listening. It's not a good thing to do. Don't.
No, it isn't. Yeah. He went so far. He went so far in the creation of this plan with recruiting Garrett to be part of it, and the concoction that he found that he was able to gather from. It's fun. It's funny what you can get on the playground. Like, he's talking about this roofie that he's...
Who's getting on
the playground?
There's somebody that shouldn't be on the playground that you're talking to.
Yeah.
Hang on.
And it ain't Vecna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The flashlight thing, again, there's another little prediction. I was just like, she does a little SOS out the window. I was like, hope that pays off. Nope, never came back. We learned the neighbors are out of town on Christmas vacation, so didn't see it.
Yeah. She tries to run to the carolers once she got out and overpowered Garrett, but she takes a brick to the head. Or gets knocked out by a brick, and then wakes up back in the chair wrapped in Christmas lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ricky, we talked about a little bit with him. I like him just showing up, pushes through the door anyway, past this pubescent predator. He does manage to still be unsettling, even with the voice squeaks. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this can't end well with Ricky here. But while Luke is dealing with Ricky, I was like, Ashley is resourceful. She had a lot of final girl energy.
Yeah,
at this point, I'm rooting for you. You can't let this little creep win. Come on.
No.
You got this. Then, following Ricky upstairs, the bat. I was like, Luke, you forgot the double tap rule. Which I was like, wait, why am I giving this psycho pointers?
Don't give him any pointers, okay?
Trying to be a little Negan, huh? He's got the sociopathic part down pretty good.
He definitely does.
There's that.
Oh my God, such a Negan. In such an unsettling way. Because I feel like sometimes Negan flipped back and forth. And it was unsettling. But, this kid had it down. I like that Ricky fought, and Ricky knew something was wrong, and he was trying to find Ashley. And the fact that he peed himself to distract so that Ashley could cut herself free. And he even tells her, if you get free, I want you to run. Yeah. He doesn't say, cut me free. He wants her to get out of there because he cares about her. And that just made his death even worse when he got home alone.
Right. Yeah. Luke just sitting behind some of the stuff he was saying. I'm like, oh my God. And then he ends up, I'm just joking. He goes, I'm not a pervert. And all I could think was just the Tim Robinson sketch just plays in my head. You sure about that? You sure about that? Yeah.
I think you are.
I will say the smoke through the stab wound in the cheek was fun.
Wasn't that was kind of cool.
It's a cool effect.
The way that they didn't show the paint bucket crushing his face, but the way that you see it all unfold, with the yellow paint coming down and then the blood into the yellow paint. And then even when she's walking behind him after, there are these two yellow splotches from where the paint hit him, and just... I mean, it was really well done.
Yeah,
the way
absolutely.
that they did it. It was very creative.
And as soon as Luke comes out of that closet with the rope and the paint can, I was like, yep, I knew that was going to come back because Luke and Garrett are talking about it at the beginning of the movie, where they're talking about they had this debate about a paint can. And it was like, I told you it would. And I knew immediately what they were referring to. It is because I just recently watched Home Alone. Home Alone 2, actually. But that is a regular at work, is constantly on this time of year. And so we had that conversation as we watched some of like the traps that Kevin sets in Home Alone. So it always comes up, there's this, it's a video, I think the original, it might not be, but the biggest one at least. It's a YouTube video by Vsauce. And they test traps from Home Alone to see how fatal they would be in reality. Which he goes Mythbusters style, which is funny because, again, that's the... not really misnomer, I guess in a way, but Mythbusters actually never officially tested them. It's kind of like people remember it wrong. They think there was Mythbusters episodes. I even mix it up sometimes.
Is that the Mandela effect?
Yeah, I guess it kind of is in a way. Because I was like, even at like work, we were watching Home Alone. I was like, oh yeah, it was a Mythbusters thing. They tested all of them. And then I like realized, I was like, no, Mythbusters never did it. It was Vsauce on YouTube that did it originally. I think Mark Rober and Jake Roper. Other YouTube channels have done it since and done some other stuff, but I think they kind of really originated with just like a few of the different ones. The paint can being one that they did test. The idea was these like Vsauce guys being like, I'm pretty sure those guys would have been dead several times over through the things that he did. So then they tested them on like the Mythbusters style, like dummies and like with testing force and stuff. And it was like, yeah, no, that would 100% kill somebody. Which is then funny because the bricks, that's a Home Alone 2 thing, is the bricks coming off the roof and hitting the guy in the head. Which then the brick falls and hits Ashley on the head, which is one that they didn't test in the Vsauce video. So maybe she should have. Maybe she shouldn't have survived. Who knows?
She was so close to getting to the carolers, and no.
Yeah, but as far as the paint can, I think the kids settled that debate. R.I.P. Ricky.
Yes. Oh my God, I was so bummed for Ricky. Justice for Ricky, because he wasn't a bad dude, even though Luke was convinced he was mean or bad or whatever. Jeremy, on the other hand, I think could have been bad.
Who knows?
He was very high strung.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, Luke didn't have any ammo in the gun because, of course not. He's thinks
no, but
ahead.
There was ammo in the shotgun.
That one, yeah. Talk about the paintball gun because Ashley runs out before she gets to the carolers because that's where Garrett chases her down. And there's the whole tripwire and the paintball gun, and then Garrett jumping onto her, and of course she gets the upper hand and punches him in the face. And I was like, I did say child punching would be allowed, although it was Garrett, and I was like, Luke still needs his, and we'll wait on that, which we didn't get the punch, but it was like I said he had a punch coming to him, but a swift kick in his little jingle bells is probably more deserved, honestly.
Yes.
So
I appreciated that so much.
Yeah.
And I appreciated Ashley, her final message to him at the end of the movie was also very much appreciated.
Yeah. That was great.
I mean, they took care of everything if you think about it. They slashed her tire so she couldn't go anywhere anyway. And they created this hysterical atmosphere where she thought someone was in the house. So they put her in this position where she's terrified, and then she realizes, oh no, I shouldn't be scared. I should be really pissed. So she takes all of that like fear and channels it into anger, and that's when Luke decides that plan B is what's happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of just to see a lot of that, because you wonder, like, he's kind of scrambling. You're like, what is his plan? And it was like, how exactly? Because he's so confident in himself. He's like, I'm the king of getting away with things, basically. He's like, we'll get it. I was like, how do you get out of the situation where there's a dude with a smashed head tied to a chair in your living room? I'm curious to hear that plan. But he did have a plan for that, which was, Jeremy coming over, in which he's outside dealing with Jeremy. And then you have that moment, like the moments between Ashley and Garrett. And I was like, come on, Garrett. It's time for you to have a conscience. Do the right thing. Stop him. Do something. And no.
Until he does.
I
mean, he was cutting her out.
Yeah, but I think it felt like he started to and then was like too afraid of Luke and decided not to. And then he was just like apologizing to her. He's like, sorry, I wish I could. And that's when he gives her the kiss on the cheek, is like I'm sorry. But then Luke sees that and was like, damn, this kid's just fully unhinged. Let's kill Garrett for kissing her on the cheek. And then I was like, how are you going to cover that one up? And then, of course, he
It's all part of the story. I mean, it's all part of the new plan.
Yeah, it was the Jeremy thing, which Dacre Montgomery, again, that was fun to see him. But yeah, again, just the creativeness, even though it's diabolical, is his plan to get him to write an apology note that can be misconstrued as like a confession and suicide letter. And it's his reason that he killed Ricky and then Ashley, and then he can take the fall for the mayhem of the night, and then not even make it out alive himself, to where, like, you know, Luke's just a little puppet master over here being like, and then my hands are clean and everything's all tied up and I get to play the victim again. I notice as he's hanging, Dacre Montgomery's got his hand outstretched toward the camera, and I was like, that's just a little foreshadowing on his future in Stranger Things. It's coming up very soon for him.
Yes.
When he filmed this, he wasn't in Stranger Things yet, but he would be very soon.
Yes. He was preparing. This was his warm-up before he was on Stranger Things.
Yeah. Diabolical stuff. And then, yeah, just the way that it ends with him, like, stabbing Ashley in the neck with that.
Again, they don't show us. They don't show us the actual stab. They just show the knife, him standing behind her, and pulling the knife out, the bloody knife on the table. Like, that's what we see. We don't see him actually, like, stabbing her. But
then, yeah, as he does that, and then he goes outside and he starts getting Jeremy's hand, like, fingerprints on everything, it threw me. I honestly was convinced. I was like, well, shit. I was not expecting this to end with that little fucker getting away with it, actually killing everybody. And then you get like the little bit at the end. I was like, or does he? I was like, does he get done in by a pencil, you little asshole? And then no, he still manages to get that part off. So it's like a very good, like up and down, like roller coaster. I was like, they're going to get him. Nope. He got away with it. No, they got away. And then I do like, in the end is he's like getting held by his mom, and then this one's still alive. And it's like, you see him panic there for that moment. And I was like, oh shit. Ashley does survive. And I loved as she flips him the middle finger. As you mentioned, I out loud went, got him. 1,001 uses for duct tape, you little bitch.
Yep. Exactly. Duct tape can do lots of things.
It was great.
It can plug up.
But there was a quick little mid-credits scene that comes in not long after, which won't amount to anything. As we talked about how much movie this grossed. There was no sequel ever going to happen after that. But not that we ever needed a sequel, but it just leaves it open-ended. You're like, well, he's not going down that easy. Of course not. Like, he still has this like little plan of where he's like, oh, I'm worried about her. We should go visit her at the hospital. It's like, what are you going to try to pull off and get away with?
In a hospital. Hospital.
Does not quit. He doesn't give up.
No. You'd think he would quit while he was ahead, maybe, or not go try to kill her in the hospital. Because if he does, I mean, all she has to say is he did it. Although they're not going to believe her. Who would believe a 12-year-old would do it? I mean, but I've seen enough Law and Order SVUs to know that
he didn't cover his tracks that well.
No, he didn't.
His fingerprints are still available in plenty of places, I'm sure. Yeah. If I'm like taking myself out of the movie and like realistically, I'm like, he wasn't that good.
Well, and he honestly, it looked like he was pretending he slept through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he couldn't have, if they did the forensic work, his fingerprints were going to be all over everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but still, I can see the police looking at her saying...
all they have to do is question the carolers and be like, yeah, he came out and gave us hot chocolate. at this time. Boom, he's done.
Yeah. Exactly. Man. Here's one of my other notes. So Ricky realizes that things aren't what they seem. And so when he comes in, they're coming up with all sorts of reasons why Ashley can't come out. Mm-hmm. She's having her period. She's got menstrual cramps. She's got diarrhea at the same time. And he doesn't even care. He's just saying, Ashley, I know it's embarrassing, but I'm here. I want to see you. Like, yeah. He wants to help her, which again goes against the things that Luke was saying about, he's so bad. You picked the bad guys. No, I think she had a good one.
Yeah. Because I mentioned the carolers, and I was like, I had a note about that. Why did I not? And I was like, yeah, that's the one I skipped over. I missed it. Just because I liked finding as many different creative ways to call him things. And so,
little shit was my favorite thing in my notes.
And so, yeah, there was one more in there. Because I said, Luke's been working hard, so he's got to go take a little hot cocoa break with the carolers, that cherubic little monster.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh my God, diabolical. I really think Norman Bates is a good comparison.
Yeah.
Because he's very charming when he's not being a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's being a psychopath, it's like, oh my God. And I don't know, is it really psychopath or sociopath? I'm trying to figure out. I think it's psychopath.
All of the above.
Yeah. I'm looking through my notes to see if I have anything else. I mean, we picked a really good Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate Christmas. Nothing says Christmas like a little preteen psychopath.
Merry Murder Days.
So the actors that played Ashley and Garrett looked familiar to me, and I'm like, I know I've seen them before. They were in this movie called The Visit.
Okay, I still haven't watched that one yet, but I want to.
Yeah, it's M. Night Shyamalan, which I know we've had a love-hate relationship with him. But I have seen it, Pake, and it's really good.
We should do
I think it's good, so we should do that one. We should. Think about how different this movie could have looked if it had been filmed in South Carolina where they wanted to film it, or they were going to film it there originally, and they only had a $500,000 budget. But this producer in Australia named Brett Thorneast offered them $3 million to go film it in Australia. So I'm like, okay. I'm glad they did, because I think the cast was great.
Yeah.
But I think that we did it.
Yeah. I don't have much more to say about it. Other than, again, I forgot just with the name. Every time when I typed it to start my notes and then put stuff into, the only thing I hear with Better Watch Out, and this is just me, millennials and our obsession with Vine, which I think Vine is coming back. I saw something about somebody is trying to revive it. And I'm totally excited because Vine holds a very special place in my heart. But yeah, anytime I think of when I thought of the name of this movie, it's just this Vine that lives in my head with so many of them. Of these guys just going, you better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out. And it lives in my head forever.
Wow. You showed me some of your Vines before. I don't know if anything's still online, but I know at one time you showed me some of them.
Mm-hmm.
You were very creative with your Vines. I can see you going down that road again if it comes back.
I might.
Although,
I have to.
Will it have the same feeling as it had, 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
I hope so, because I know from what I saw from whoever was wanting to revive Vine, is that wanted to stick to because it's because we have TikTok now. But no, he was like, no, I want to stick to what made Vine special, which I know the two big points he said was still 6 seconds only as the limit. Just 6-second videos, just the quick loops, and absolutely no AI allowed at all, which, thank you, yes.
Yeah. Because TikTok is a lot of AI now.
Yeah.
It's infiltrated everywhere. I try to keep it out of my Facebook Reels, but every once in a while now they're getting thrown in there, and I'm just like, oh,
what I do with Facebook Reels is anytime I see an AI, anything AI in a Facebook Reel, You get those like the little dots in the corner. I hit that, and then you report it, and I report it for false information, and then it will let you mark as AI, and I do it every time. I don't know if it actually does any good, but it makes me feel a little better.
So we can thank you for policing the Facebook Reels and reporting and getting the AI off it. That is wonderful. You're doing a service for all of us, Pake.
I'm sure Facebook isn't doing a damn thing about it, but at least it makes me feel a little better to be like, there's my middle finger to you. Do with it what you will.
Yep. Very much like this movie ended with Ashley's middle finger to Luke.
Oh my goodness. And we got the feedback phone coming in too. All right. Let me go check that out. All right. We do have some feedback this week on this one coming from Catherine, of course. Always love it.
We will have feedback coming from someone else. They just aren't planning to watch the movie again until Christmas. Like
Makes
Christmas
sense.
Day, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll send in their feedback after.
All right. So if that's the person, then if you're listening, you might listen to this the day we release it, but it's also the same day you're going to watch it. So hope you enjoyed it and hope you sent in feedback. We'll get to that later. Anyway, I will read Catherine's though. She says, this movie gets better with every watch. So many twists, all showing Luke is absolutely out of control and there's no stopping him. The scariest scene that makes me jump every time is the Home Alone paint can, especially when the yellow mixes with the red. I'm always surprised to find myself rooting for Luke in his final cleaning montage. The kids are amazing actors who I expected to see more of in the horror genre. Yeah, I know they've done a few other things.
Yeah, Olivia DeJonge and Ed Oxenbould, who played Ashley and Garrett, were in a movie called The Visit, which we should definitely cover on this podcast. Yeah. It's really good. We could have covered it, I guess, as our Christmas special, but
we did this one instead.
So I think we're definitely good. Well, if you would like to submit feedback like Catherine, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Run For Your Lives Podcast, or you can email us at runforyourlivespodcast@gmail.com. As always, you can go to runforyourlivespodcast.com for all the links that you're ever going to need. And if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends. We're available on all the podcast players, including Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and more. If you feel so inclined, give us a review on Apple Podcasts. That's the best way to share the love and get us out there even more. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, we do. And of course, speaking of sharing the love, I got to give those shout outs to things going on in the Podcastica universe around us and beyond. A lot of good stuff for you to check out. My other podcast, Strange Indeed, with Rima. We have already covered the first 4 episodes, the first volume of Stranger Things 5, the final season. So you can get the coverage of those first 4 episodes now. And then as you're listening to this, the second volume, the next 3 episodes, drop this evening. So listen, watch those and check that out. And then I'll be watching them tonight as well. I'm sure at least the first episode, which is episode 5. So many numbers. It's confusing. But yeah, I'll watch episode 5 tonight. And me and Rima should be recording on that one hopefully this weekend. On Saturday is tentatively the plan, but it's holidays and things can come up and change. So we're rolling with the punches. But tentatively, we should have it recorded on Saturday, so probably up on Sunday or so. So just keep your eyes peeled and look at your podcast feeds, and hopefully it'll be up soon. And we're going to try to tackle these next 3 episodes in pretty quick succession to be ready for the finale on New Year's. But stick with us. If you're listening to Strange Indeed, we'll fill you in on all of our plans as they come when we're getting to them over there. But definitely check out our coverage of the first 4 episodes right now if you haven't. Also on the cast of us, The Walking Dead rewatch continues on. Jason, Lucy, and Danielle with them this week to cover Season 5, Episode 9. So they keep trucking through Season 5. So we're getting halfway-ish point on this rewatch, working our way through. The fact that Jason still has time to do the rewatch episodes while he's got so much else that he's been doing at the same time, especially with his kind of podcast project that he's really been putting a lot of effort and time and love into with Wax Episodic. You can check out that podcast. Him and Sean have wrapped up their coverage of It, Welcome to Derry, which is an incredible first season. Him and Karen have been covering Pluribus over on Apple TV, and that finale is actually was on Christmas Eve is when it aired. So definitely, check out their coverage of that finale and the rest of that season as well. A lot of great stuff there. But Wax Episodic goes on as those two shows have ended, as Fallout Season 2 is just getting kicked up. So they'll be covering that. So Season 2 airs yesterday or something this week, so they should have that episode up very quick if it's not already up for you to go check out. Fallout Season 2. I liked the first episode of Season 2 a lot, so I'm excited to see where it keeps going. Now, the new show over on HBO Max, Heated Rivalry, has been getting a lot of heated conversation, a lot of great stuff, a lot of people really loving that one and talking a lot about that. So if you are a fan of the gay hockey show, as people have referred to it, if you're checking that out, if you're loving that and want some good coverage of that, you're in luck. Podcastica has that covered with our new podcast, Puckett, where Danny and Jenny are covering Heated Rivalry over there. So 3, 4, and 5, those episodes are up now for you to listen to as they're breaking all of that down and talking about that one. So check it out. For more rewatch stuff, of course, if you are a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan and Angel, all of that kind of stuff, then definitely make sure to check out Still Slaying if you haven't. Penny, Sam, and Dina are covering Season 4, Episode 16, Who Are You, this week. They're, going through and picking out and pointing out their favorite arcs, favorite episodes, favorite parts of Buffy and covering all of that stuff. So give them some love over there if you're a Buffy fan. And as I say, outside of Podcastica, there's still some great stuff to, check out and listen to that's going on. Give some shout outs to Pirate Core Entertainment, good friends over there. Been doing a lot of great stuff, especially over on What's On Tonight. Becky and Mandy have been doing incredible coverage of shows over there. And so they've managed to be getting interviews. So if you watch The Pit, you can go and check out interviews with so many of those cast members after the first season and during the first season. And then they even have somebody from It, Welcome to Derry, that they've got a interview and conversation with after that season. So yeah, a lot of great stuff for you to check out over there. And then me and Daphne have our other podcast, the Buffalo Podcast, with Jeff and Jerry. You can check that out. It's, a little different, a little break from the norm. We're not talking about TV shows and movies and breaking all that down. No, we're just trying to break each other down in spirit and in mental health. So we're just getting together, hanging out, making each other laugh, driving Daphne absolutely insane every week, more and more. She loses every bit of her sanity. It's a good time.
And I keep showing up no matter what. I don't know. That is making me question my sanity at this time.
Yeah. You show up, we make each other laugh, we play some games, we put Daphne through hell, and then we go home. It's always a good time.
And we're always recording from exotic or hard to get to locations.
Mm-hmm.
That's half the fun.
Yes. Anyway, after you check out all of that great stuff, this season, continuing to roll on through, we got a lot of stuff, still a lot of great stuff coming for you, especially next week. I'm very excited for next week. Daphne, what are we doing next week?
Well, we are starting off the new year with a bang. We are joined by a special guest to discuss a movie that they picked, as usual. Finny is pulled back into the grip of darker, deadlier voices as Gwen's sharpened visions drag her into the nightmare she never escaped. When the calls return, her gift may be the only thing keeping the past from claiming him again. We are joined by a very special guest, Sam, to cover Scott Derrickson's 2025 film, The Black Phone 2.
Yeah, yes. we had a blast covering Black Phone. However many seasons ago, whenever that was, that we did that. I thought that was a really fun conversation and it was a great movie to check out. And so the second one I've been very interested in, very intrigued by, and we finally got around to it. We covered it with our good friend Sam, first time that she's been on the podcast, and it was just an absolute joy to have her on here, and I hope that we get to have her on more. But definitely check that episode out next week because it's a blast. We had a lot of fun.
We definitely did.
And send in your feedback for it. If you've watched the movie, we want to know what you think. Give us so much feedback in the first episode of the new year that we're overwhelmed and we are stressed out and we cry.
Happy tears. This will definitely not be Sam's only episode. She will be coming back. We had such a great conversation with her. There's just a lot of deep, deep subject matter that we covered. So she'll definitely be back in the future. And with that, we've reached the end of another scary, fun holiday special. Thanks everyone for listening. I'm Daphne.
And I'm Pate.
And if you have to run, you better run for your lives.
Bye-bye.
You didn't say Merry Christmas, Pake.
Happy holidays. Happy Honda days. Toyota-thon? I don't know.